Halloween 2 is a brilliant film. I think I'd seen this before, maybe once, but I couldn't remember a lot about it, so I decided to give it another watch. My effort is to watch all of the Halloween films, and at the moment, I'm very excited to watch the third one. Halloween 2 was released in 1981. It's directed by Rick Rosenthal, written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, with a cast including, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis. We have Donald Pleasence, Dick Warlock, and various others. The performances are brilliant. The story is great. There won't be spoilers in this film. In this discussion. I won't spoil anything here. But there will be spoilers for what happens in the previous film, so that's just worth bearing in mind. And in this film, Laurie is in hospital after the aftermath of the first film. You'd think a hospital is a safe setting. What could possibly go wrong? Well, we don't necessarily know what happened to Michael. And it seems like Michael might be able to track her down and hurt her. Is that going to happen? Well, I'm not going to say. But I will say that it's a great narrative. I think it works really well. I'd say the narrative in the first film is stronger. It's better written. I think the suspense is better. But for me, the setting works so much better here. I think the hospital setting works really well for two reasons. One, hospitals in general are very creepy places. I think most people would agree. But two, a hospital is meant to be a safe place, which makes it all the more eerie if you're in a hospital but you're not safe. So I think there are various reasons why, at least personally, I think the setting is more exciting. It's creepier. But the first film maybe has a stronger narrative. So I'm not saying it's not as good or better than the first film, but I'd say it's a different experience, and depending on what appeals to you, you might find it to be a little bit more exciting. And obviously we're getting to know Laurie more as a character now, and I thought that worked really well. And in general, it is creepy. I wouldn't say that it's particularly scary. It's suspenseful. There are some scenes that are definitely eerie. The setting really works well for that. I feel like, again, the first film was maybe scarier. This one is more suspenseful. And the music is absolutely amazing. The music is by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth, and it's just incredible. The music is fabulous. Visually, it's quite good. There are some scenes that are maybe a little bit more dimly lit than I would like, but that might be a personal preference thing. I love horror films that are setting brightly lit, very white hospitals. You have the white walls, the white floor, everything's clean, and it looks suspiciously clinical, overly clinical. To me, that's scary. Whereas the dimly lit corridors maybe aren't as creepy, but obviously it helps to protect the viewer from what's around the corner. We can't quite see it until we get there. So I understand the decision, but personal preference, I would have liked the lighting to be a little bit brighter. But that aside, I can't fault it. I think it's a decent film. I think it's a very well written narrative. And while it's not necessarily terrifying, it is creepy. And the setting for me works really well. And I'm really looking forward to the third one. If you've seen the first film and liked it, definitely check this out. If you didn't love the first film, but you do like hospital settings for horrors, then I'd say check this out as well, because there might be some aspects of it that really appeals to you. So certainly worth checking out if you like the first film. Maybe worth watching even if you weren't that bothered. And personally, I'm very excited to watch the next one. The 1981 Halloween 2, all things considered, is a pretty brilliant film.